do me a favor? Can you give God a hand clap of praise in this place? I mean, you talk about giving God thanks. When I think about the goodness and all that He's done for me, I need somebody to give God a praise in this place. When I start giving God praise, something happens. When I start getting, when I open my mouth and I clap my hands, oh, y'all gonna catch me in a minute. I thought I came to breathe. Some people were ready to let some things go. When I open my mouth, I'm opening my mouth for something to go. But I know that I came to give God some praise in this house tonight. You know what? I am so thankful to be standing here tonight. And I'm going to share a quick testimony, and I want you to take your seat. But on yesterday, and I shared this with our church this morning, on yesterday, we were driving back from South Florida. We was in Miami. And as we was driving back, we have a bus that we travel with. And as we were driving back, we were about 60 miles from Tampa. I didn't tell you this, Gerald, Tampa. But when we were coming back, we were going over some Bible study, and we were studying. Kenesha Lewis was in the back with my parents, and I was driving. And all of a sudden, something took place. And I was telling our church this morning, I said that you never know when it's your time or when God is going to call. And as we were driving, all of a sudden there was an explosion that took place. And the front driver tire just exploded. And you have to understand why this is so weird, because we just put brand new tires a year ago on this vehicle. And so what this tour bus is a mobile home on wheels, it's a house on wheels, and it's a lot of weight. And we were driving about 80 miles an hour, and as we were driving, it just exploded. And now when you're driving 80 miles an hour, and when the front tire on the driver's side blows out, it should have been over. And so I thought about it, and I was telling our church, and we got back home. We were, after we got on the side of the road, and the tire immediately exploded, and all of a sudden there was nothing that I could do. And all I heard something in the back said, Jesus. The next thing that came up, I heard somebody speaking in tongues, and they just started speaking. You got to understand that there's power in your mouth. And whatever you say, you command what you want God to do. And so all of a sudden, the car lost control, and we were in the middle lane, and the car immediately started sliding to the side. And I saw what was happening, Gerald. I saw us flipping over. I saw us going off side of the road, and I was saying, Lord, just please let my parents be okay. And all of a sudden, something took hold of the wheel. Something took hold of the wheel, and the truck was in. I mean, we were on I-75, and there was traffic everywhere, and all of a sudden, there was no cars on the highway. You got to understand, when you talk about, when I come to God's house and you say give God praise, I got a reason to praise Him. And all of a sudden, the truck came to a stop, and I sat there and I got out and I said that I could not believe it. We skidded for almost 2,000 feet on the highway. I saw the rubber passing us and flipping and blowing off the side of the road, and there was not one car that was there.
Thank you, God.
Wow. And when we got to the end, we sat there, and 7 hours later, we were still sitting on the side of the road. We had called company after company to try to get us off the road. We called towing companies. We called tire repair companies. One came and said, we can't fix you because everything that's up under here is all blown up. And all of a sudden, God sent the right people to come. And we were able to get back on the road. And my father, he was talking. He said, sometimes things that happen bad is not meant for your bad.
Yes.
See, you got to understand, when the enemy tries to do something for your bad, God will turn it around for your good. See, you never knew what was down the road. And God will cause an angel to give a hindrance and stop it. Sometimes we get caught and we think when something bad happens that it was the devil. See, sometimes God will put something in place in order to protect us from what was going to happen down the road. And when the right company came, he fixed the tire and put everything back together, and there was nothing wrong. And so you have to ask yourself a question, God, why do you allow certain things to happen? And this was a part of what God gave me tonight. Sometimes when you're going to increase comes through suffering. Sometimes we asking God for a blessing. We're asking God to give us an increase. We're asking God for more. And we're asking God to do this and to do that, but we don't want to suffer. And so 7 hours later, we got on the road and we started driving. And I said, God, you allow something to happen. And we may never know what was the reason. But then when we get to heaven, God said, do you remember that time you was on the interstate that time you were out? There was a major accident that I was saving you from. And that you wouldn't have made it, but you never know. I want you to do something tonight. I want you to grab the person's hand that you're standing next to. And the person that you're standing next to, I want you to realize that what you're connected to is a miracle tonight. You're connected to a miracle because I heard a young man when he was up early and he was saying 2019 was a year. But then God has saw fit to allow you to cross over not into another year but into another decade. Do you understand what you're connected to is a miracle? I want you to squeeze that hand tonight. And as you're squeezing that hand, I want you to tell God, thank you for the hand that you're connected to. Because you don't know what they've been through. You don't know the things that they've been through. But God has allowed another year to come. He's allowed. See, we go to the first Sunday of 2020. See, what you do on the first will be your last. I want you to start praying for what you want God to do for that person. Not for what you need, but what you want God to do for the person you're connected to. Squeeze that hand and say, God, I want you to do it for them tonight. Whatever they're going through, whatever need that they have, squeeze that hand and just tell it out. I believe that there's a miracle in this room tonight. Because the Bible said, where the prayer of the righteous is, it avails much. Y'all got to squeeze that hand. Something is going to break in this atmosphere tonight. I feel the healing power of God is getting ready to move through this room. It's coming from the front to the back. Y'all don't understand what's getting ready to happen. When you squeeze in that hand, you're telling God, Lord, I want you to move tonight like never before. Before we leave this service, something is going to break out in this room. Something is going to break out in this room. I see it before it even happens. I decree and declare it. There's already done. Now loose those hands and give God a shout of praise in this house. Open your mouth and tell God that it's already done. Pray be seated in the presence. I won't be before you too long. This is my third service of today. And I actually, one of the guys, I said, now, this is something we commonly don't do. I am a generational pastor. My dad is a bishop, my mom is a pastor, so I grew up in church. Gerald will tell you, church for us was Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, so we had church every night of the week. And to stand here tonight is a testimony because that was one of the things growing up that I did not want to do. I told God I didn't want to have nothing to do with church. I seen all of the stress and all of the weight that my parents had on them, but I said, I don't want that. But the thing that you're running from God will cause you to come back to it. Yes. Because there's purpose. Yes. And I asked God, I said, God, He gave us a word for the end. I want y'all to catch this tonight. I'm not going to be before you, but I want you to catch this. And the word that God gave me this year, and He gave it to our house, and it's called increase. And when you talk about increase, I know people come up with a lot of cliches and they want to get you to shout and say, you know, this is like, yeah, I'll never be broke again and all of this kind of stuff. But when you understand what increase is moving from one place to the next that you may not have but $10 in your pocket, but last week you didn't have $5. Increase may be that you get a job and God will give you a different position at the same job. Not that some of us saying, well, God will give you a company and He will give you a new car and you're going to be in a brand new house. But when you look at the word increase, increase is saying that, Lord, I just need more of you. Yes. We're always looking for the natural. We want the physical, but then how many of us need more of Him tonight? Come on. When I say that I went into last year and I looked at what God did for me last year and what He is doing for me in this new year. Lord, if you give me you, then I got everything I need. And so tonight I want you to get with me the book of Isaiah, the 30th chapter. And we're going to read about the 23rd verse. Then he shall give the rain of thy seed, that thou shalt sow the ground withal, and the bread of the increase of the earth, it shall be fat and plenteous. In that day shall the cattle feed in large pastures. See, Lord, what are you saying? He said, I want you to show my people tonight that they have a seed. That seed is in different ways. There's not one kind of seed. There's many different types of seeds. But when you understand when the right seed is planted in the right soil, and I can go with you into Matthew the 13th chapter, and the Bible talks about the soil that sowed the seed, and some seeds, come on y'all, some of y'all know the story, some seeds fell among the stony grounds, and some fell among the thorns, and then when the sun came out, some seeds didn't grow, but then there was something that took place. There was a seed that fell on good ground. Yes. And when it falls into good ground, something happens. And when we were driving to church tonight, Lewis was asking me, and I was telling him, I said that what you have to understand about the seed, that when the seed is planted in the right soil. I grew up in the country, and outside of our house we had a farm, and when in the summertime, my job was that I would have to go out into the field each summer, and I would have to cut the okra, and I would have to pick tomatoes, and all of that kind of stuff. I don't remember all what it did because I wanted that to be far behind me. But I remember as I would go in and to have to go out into the fields, not realizing that early on that year that seeds had been sown. And when these seeds were sown, at a certain point, we started producing a harvest. Do you understand that what seed that you sow is going to cause you to produce your harvest? Yeah. I told you that increase comes through suffering. Sometimes we go through life and we want the blessings, but then we don't want to go through the process. And then I'm asking God, I'm saying, God, why are some people blessed and some people are not? Because some people just want the blessing, but they don't understand how to be blessed from the blessing. Wow. And God said, I can't give certain people blessing because they're not ready to come out of the things that they're into. God can't bless you in your mess. So then unless you're ready to change, God cannot start blessing you. God is good to us. He said, good and faith, good and upright is the Lord. He even teaches sinners in the way. God is good to everybody. The same sun that comes upon us that are saved, the same one that come on the sinners. But then why people that are living sinful are more blessed than the ones that are in the church? They found a principle that is called sowing and reaping. Whatever you sow to, and they have businesses, and they have entertainment companies, and they have corporations, and they sow it to these companies, and these companies produce the harvest. We get in the church, and then we get to the place that we figure that all we got to do is just raise our hand, and God's just going to cause the windows of heaven to open and pour us out a blessing. But there's something that you have to do. Yes. Increase comes through suffering. And so then when we look at the text, it says that then he shall give the rain of thy seed. The rain won't come until you plant the seed. If I have seed here that's not planted to the ground, I can put water on it all day long. But until it's planted, until it takes soil, that seed is no good. So when you plant your seed, there are gifts and talents in this church tonight. That's why the writer tells us in Matthew the 25th chapter, he talks about that he gave certain people gifts and talents. Some of you may know the story, and then I'll paraphrase. And in the message, he was saying that he gave one 5 talents. He gave another one 2 talents, but then he gave another one 1 talent. You got to understand that what you have inside of you tonight, God gave you a gift. He gave you something to use to edify Him. Everything that God gives us is to glorify Him. But the church world has now gotten too fat, too full with this me, myself, and I mentality. When you come into God's house, God's looking at what you're going to give to Him. I told my church this morning, I said that what you do on the first Sunday of the year is the seed that you're planting that's going to be your harvest for the rest of the year. And if you're not ready to give God something, then what do you expect to give back? And so the writer was talking about, he said that he gave one 5, and he gave another one 2, and he gave another one 1. And when when he looked at what was given, the one that had the 5 took it and he went and sold it and got 5 more. When you come to church tonight, how many of you said that I know that I'm going through some things and I know that I'm dealing with some stuff, but I need to bring somebody else to breathe with me? That there should not be an empty seat in the house, because what you sow is what you're going to get back. Do you understand that whatever you're going through, that when you can help somebody else come out there and God, you would look around and say, my problem ain't as bad. But God deals in multiplication, and so then what God is trying to multiply, first of all, he has to change the way that you think. If you start thinking and start continuing to do the same thing that you did in 2019, your 2020 will not change. You can come in with all of these revelations and you can come in with your resolutions, but it's still you're going to get the same results in this year that you got from last year. And so then I was saying that, God, what do you want to call us to do? And he was saying that when they plant the seed, I'm going to cause the rain to come down upon that seed. And when that seed is planted in the right ground, that's why the writer tells us in St. John 12:24, it says, except the corn of wheat falls into the ground, it dies. But when it dies, it brings forth much fruit. So you got to understand, when the seed is planted in the right soil, in the right season, it causes a maturity, it causes things to manifest, but the seed has to be planted. If you don't plant the seed, you're never going to reap the harvest. And that's why I understand when the writer tells us in Genesis 8:22, it says, as long as the earth remains, there'll be seed, time, and harvest. You got to realize that there is something that you have to plant in order for you to reap your harvest. But if you never plant the seed, if you never use your gifts and you never use your talents, how can you expect to reap your harvest? There's something that God has placed inside of you. That's why the writer tells us in Jeremiah 1:5. He said, before you was even born, before you was even a dot in your mother's womb, I had ordained you, I called you. Look at who you're sitting next to. Take an inventory over your own life and see the things that you've been through and see the things that God has brought you through. And ask yourself this question, how did I get through this? How did I come out of this? God had to allow you to go through so much mess and junk that when you came out, that you realized that it was nobody else but God that did it. Yeah. And then I get to, in the book of Genesis, the 32nd chapter, you'll read about Jacob. Jacob now, he's challenged with something in his life. And Jacob, if you understand Jacob, when you look at the name and the meaning of Jacob, he was a supplanter, he was a deceiver. Because he stole his brother's birthright. I'm paraphrasing, y'all follow me tonight. And what Jacob did, he said that he wanted a blessing. So he went to his father and his mother, they got together and they went to the father because he wanted to be blessed. He stole his brother's birthright for a morsel of food. But then when he came to a place, he had to leave from where he was at to go to somewhere else. If you want God to do something, what you do tonight is going to be the shift to change for the rest of this year. But you got to be ready to move from where you're at. He said that I can no longer stay up under my father's roof because I need to be blessed, but I have to expand. When you look at the seed is just a hard shell. But until that seed comes out of that shell, that dormant state, but it had to be planted first. It had to break out of the shell that it was in, and when it broke out of the shell, it had to take root in order for it to start growing. If you want to grow in this new year, if you want to see God do some things in your life, you got to move from where you're sitting at. Change the way that you think, change the way that you talk, change the way that you act, change the people who you're hanging around. Second, I've got to be rooted and grounded in this thing. It's time out for playing church. It's time out for doing the same thing year after year, month after month, week after week. It's time for a change in this church house. I heard a praying tonight for those that are fighting overseas, but guess what? There's a fight in the church house. There is a fainting of the hearing of the word of God. That people are not teaching the truth anymore. People are trying to tickle your flesh. They're trying to make you feel good, but ain't nobody talking about the truth anymore. My God. And I see now Jacob had to leave his father's house And now he would seem like that he was leaving for one reason, but God was getting ready to do something else for him. Now he takes his journey, finds a wife. He goes to his father-in-law's house and he works for 7 years and loses what was promised to him. And he married one woman, and then for another 7 years he had to marry another woman because that's who he truly wanted. Then 7 more years he said that now you're going to get your inheritance. So for 21 years he's working for something that was already promised to you. I'm talking to somebody tonight. You've been working and you've been sowing and you've been tilling that what the enemy has tried to block for what God told you, it is about to be released in this new year. You got to understand something, that he had a promise. He had a word that what was promised to him was his. And when he got to that place, he said, I can no longer continue to live my life this way. You got to wake up tonight and realize that you can no longer continue to live your life in the same manner. Because there's a word that God put in your spirit, that he made a promise to you, and it shall come to pass. He goes through all of this. And he goes to this place. And one night, he is laying there and he sees angels descending and ascending from heaven. And he says, surely the Lord is in this place. Jesus. You got to understand something. God established this church just not for another church. God allowed this church to be manifested tonight because he wants you to understand that there are churches that's going to teach the truth. There are places that you're going to go to that you're going to get delivered, that when you walk in, that you're going to go in bound and you're going to come out being set free. Yes. There are places that when you walk in there, they're going to lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. They're going to go, you're going to talk to a place and you're going to start breathing, and then when you open your mouth, for whatever you declare, it shall come to pass. God is establishing his throne, and he's using people to do it. And the point that I'm getting to after all of this, in the 32nd chapter of Genesis, you read down where Jacob sees his blessing. See, sometimes in life you gotta fight for what you want. We get so quick to when you're ready to give up. Somebody stepped on my toe and I don't want to come back to church no more. But you gotta fight for what you want. Yeah. Jacob said something, and I want you to catch this tonight. He said, I won't let you go until you're blessed. You got to fight for this thing that I said that I've been tired and I've been wanting to give up and I've been wanting to let go, but you got to pull up your sleeves and you got to fight this thing. You got to fight to with everything that's in you that you're saying that God, for you I'm going to live, and God, for you I'm going to die. You got to fight for this thing. Because when you fight for it, when you get it, you'll never let go. The only thing that you need to let go tonight is to let go of your sins. Yes. When you let go of your sins, then you're letting go and you're letting God come into your hearts and your minds, into your spirit. And I can imagine now Jacob is sitting there and he says, what is your name? Do you realize who you are tonight? If I had to ask you, what is your name is not John, your name is not Sean, your name is not Brandon, your name is not Ted, but what is your name? Who are you? There's too many people in the church world that has an identity crisis. They don't know who they are. And when you realize who you are and what God has called you for, you'll stop sitting back and allowing the enemy to have a pity party over your life. Who are you? I see now why Jesus told Peter in the book of Matthew, the 16th chapter, and he asked his disciples, he said, who do men say that I am? Y'all follow me tonight? Yes. Some say you are the Christ. Some say that you are a wine bibber. Some say that you are a false prophet. But who do you say that I am? Don't look at where you're at now, but look at where God is getting ready to take you. I know some of you are messed up. I know some of you are struggling. But guess what? When you look at yourself in the mirror and say, you don't know who I am. The devil have chose the wrong one to start fighting against. Because you're going to understand that I'm coming out of this. I'm going to fight for this thing. I'm going to get up from where I'm sitting and I'm going to start fighting. I'm going to start pushing and I'm going to never give up. You got to understand that you're going to get to a place in your life that you're going to realize that I'm better than this. And Jacob said, I won't let you go until you bless me. What is your name? He said, Jacob. No, your name is not Jacob. You are not a deceiver anymore. You'll no longer be a trickster. You'll no longer be that prostitute that people talked about when you were standing on the corner. You'll no longer be that liar or the one that used to go rob and steal. You're no longer that person. But you are who I call you be. So now, Jacob, I'm changing your name. Your name would no longer be Jacob, but I'm calling your name Israel because you are called to this nation. Yes. And if we are the seed of Abraham, guess what? We have that same DNA. Yeah. And I'm getting to this last point and I'm going to close. I don't want y'all to look at me crazy, but I want y'all to catch hold to this thing tonight. Jacob had to wrestle with an angel. In this season, God is going to take the fight and the struggle that you've been facing, and He's going to allow things to work smoothly for you. Your toiling season is about to come to an end. Thank you, God. There's some people that's going to catch hold to this word tonight and say that I will never be the same again. Yeah. Because I realize that God has called me to do better. God has called me for more. You're going to stop sitting back and allow the enemy to have rampage over your life. And so, my last point. In general, I never know what I'm going to minister on. The Bible says in Matthew 10 and 19, it says, take no thought for what you shall say or what you shall speak, because of the same God that give it to you, He will give it to you in the same hour. Yes. When you understand that you are the message, the Bible tells us in 2 Corinthians 3 and 3, for we are manifested, declared to be the epistles of Christ, not written in ink or in tablets of stone, but in the fleshly tables of your heart. When you have God's word on the inside of you, all you got to do is open your mouth and it will start planting seed. I told you increase comes through suffering, so then I can take my time and I can start looking at television and watching movies, but then I need to take my time and give it to Him. What do you want tonight? How bad do you want it? Jacob had to say that I want to lose everything because I'm not going to let him go until he blesses me. How bad do you want to be blessed tonight? It's more than just you said it out of your mouth, but how bad do you want it? How bad do you need it tonight? When you realize that God has more for you than what you can think of yourself, I say it again, how bad do you want it? When you need God to move in the wee hours of the night, how bad do you want it? When I can just call those things to be not as though they were, how bad do you want it? When you can speak to that dead thing and you can look at it and say that I'm going to speak life into this situation, how bad do you want it? When you look at your situation and you said that it was dead, but God is about to make it alive. God is about to bring some of your lost children back home. How bad do you want it? God is about to deliver that love without drugs and crack cocaine. But how bad do you want it? God is about to get some people off of debt and keep you out of lack and allow you to prosper. How bad do you want it? But you got to be ready to fight for this thing. I told you, if you ain't ready to fight, when I was growing up, I used to like boxing. And when I would get into the ring, I realized that you have to have a certain stamina in order to go each round. See, every level you go, there's a new devil. When you conquer this level, there's another one waiting on you at this next level. But now you got to realize that I was designed to fight. Yeah. God has molded me. He has shaped me. He has prepared me for this task. And you read in Genesis, the 39th chapter, you go when you get home, start at about the 19th verse. You read about another patriarch by the name of Joseph. Joseph spoke a word, and he said, God showed me the cornstalks bound to me. There are some people in here tonight that God has chosen you just like Joseph. That because of you changing your life, that your whole family, you're going to change the course of your whole family. Why everybody ain't saved in your family? Why uncle and auntie are drunkards and this one is a liar and this one is a prostitute? But why God chose you? And Joseph, all he did was say what God told him. Sometimes you going to say what God says and people ain't going to like you. Yes. His brothers now, let me tell you the story of Joseph. His brothers now got angry with him because they said that we're going to have to bow to you. We're going to serve you. If you walk upright, yes, you will. Those ones that talked about you, that ran you down, God is going to cause those same ones that have to come to you and bow down at your feet. Because of what's in you. There's something more that's in you that you can't see for yourself. I told you tonight, who are you? And Jacob now, Joseph, he said that God showed me these things, but people don't want to listen. His brothers now done conspired and they throw him off into this pit, and now they tell his daddy that he have died. And now he gets sold off into slavery. Years pass. Being in slavery now, he gets sold off into this man called Potiphar's house. And who was Potiphar? Why was he so important in the Bible? Because God will take you and put you at your lowest state, but he will still connect you with somebody that will change your situation. Potiphar was just not a rich man, but he was the chief guard to the king, to the family. See, you're looking at things that, Lord, why do you put me on this job? Why do you put me in a place that I don't like? I don't like my coworkers. I don't like me. I don't even like to pay. But then I have to work because I got to pay my bills. So why did you put me here? Because at a certain season, something is going to change. My God. So he's in Potiphar's house, and God had to allow him to get there because what he was setting him up to do. And so he goes to this house, and now God put him over everything that this man has. He was the highest man in the house. The wife comes along, and now she says that you seem to be a goodly man. You're a godly man. He had to be handsome and fit and buff because the wife was coming after him. And he gets to this place, and he said that because of my integrity, I can't do this. She lies on him. She tells her husband, and now the husband is angry, and he gets thrown into prison. But it was a setup. I want you to understand something tonight. What you have been through in your life is a setup for what God is getting ready to take you. He had to go to prison. He had to get sold off into slavery. He had to be a slave in this man's house because God was setting him up for something greater. Do you understand that what you have been through in your life, you're asking God, Lord, why did I have to go through all of this? Why did I have to become homeless? Why did I have to have my name blasphemed? Why did I have to have people talking about me? Because it's a setup. You mean to tell me God allowed him to go through all of this stuff to set him up to prosper? Yes. So he allowed him to get thrown into prison and have to stay there for 13 years. For 13 years now he's sitting in prison asking God, why? Why? You gave me a dream, you gave me a promise, but I'm still sitting here waiting on my promise. There's some people tonight that you're waiting on your promise. The waiting season is about to be over. See, when we step into a new decade, when we got ready to step into this new year, God said, I'm just not taking you into another year, but I'm getting ready to take you into double. The thing that you didn't get in the last decade, I'm about to multiply it and get ready to increase it double. He took him in prison for 13 years. And all of a sudden, he gave one word. What you have in chapter. And ever since Saul had this conversion, he said a light shone from heaven and he fell to the ground. And when he looked up and he said, who are you? And he said, Saul, why are you persecuting my people? He didn't even know who he was. Do you understand tonight there are some people in here that you come to the church but you don't know who God is? Yes. Because if you know who he was, there's no way that you can sit down on him. There's something in you. I told you that in order to increase, it's going to cause you to sacrifice. When you see that your house has a need and the church house has a need, you say that I'm going to give to the church house first because God got to bless my house because I gave to his first. Don't look at me strange, but when I give to God, the Bible says, give and it shall be given unto you. When I give it to God, he has no choice but to give it back to me. When I give what belongs to God, that's why when Saul became king, he went to the prophet. He said that I can't go to the prophet because I'm seeking something. He was the first king of Israel. Before David, there was a man by the name of Saul. Come on, I'm giving y'all a Bible lesson today. Come on. And he said, before I go to the man of God, I have to give him something. I have to take an offering. Do you understand that every time that you walk into God's house that you got to bring him an offering? There's something that you're supposed to give to God. If I don't have a dime in my pocket, I'm presenting my body, as the Bible says in Romans 12, as a living sacrifice. Holy and acceptable that is unto God. So when you give unto God, he has to give it back to you. Yes. And I know if I continue giving to God, he has no choice but to give it back to me. Are y'all paying attention? Yes. And so now, Joseph is in prison. And as he's in prison, God is causing him to prosper in prison. You'll realize that even in your lowest state of your life, God still never left you. My God. He still never forgot about you. There were places that you said that I didn't have nobody, but God was still there. When you was in the wee hours of the night crying and filling up that pillow, and God said, the daughter, I got you. My son, I got you. When you was in the hospital bed and you didn't have nobody to be around you, and the doctor gave you a report and you said, that, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to come out of this. The doctor said, I'm not going to make it, but then Dr. Jesus stepped into the room. You got to realize that there is more in you in order to increase. There has to be a sacrifice. And for some of you mothers out there, I can only paraphrase and tell you this story. You are getting ready to birth something that's on the inside of you. You can feel that there's a shift and there's a changing that is getting ready to take place. You don't know the day or the hour, but you know that there's a season that something is about to come on. I want you to understand tonight that I want you to get prepared. There's no mother that knowing that a child is coming forth that didn't start preparing for it. And if you're waiting for God to do something, you better start preparing for it because it's about to come to pass. Yeah. Joseph said one word. He gave a word to the baker. He gave another word to the prophet. And he said, remember me. He started preparing for what was about to take place. And through all of his struggles and all of the things that he'd been through, God took him from the prison and delivered him to the palace. Yes. You're going to realize tonight that you're getting ready to leave that state of mind that you're in. You're getting ready to walk into kingdom business. You're getting ready to go into another level. And if you're believing God to increase tonight, I want you to stand to your feet. Hallelujah. What do you want God to do for you tonight? What are you believing God that's going to shift and that's going to change over your life? Because as I get ready to go, I want you to understand there's something that's going to shift in this atmosphere. But it starts with you. What you give tonight, that's what God is going to give back to you. And as you give, God is going to change everything around you. And I want you to do something tonight. I want you to lift your hands because there's a release that is about to come forth. And as I get ready to close and get ready to take my seat, this release is going to shift you for the rest of this year. What you say out of your mouth, what you do is going to cause you to prosper for the rest of this year. You're about to change the trajectory of your family. You're about to shift the atmosphere for your children. The Bible says the father lays up an inheritance for his children. You're about to go to another level that you're about to shift some things for your family. Because of what you do and the things that you've been through, you're going to cause blessings to reign over your household. Because of what's in you, people will look at you and say that you're not the same. There's something else more in you that you didn't see for yourself. I want you to look in the mirror and say that I am changed. I am different. I am who God has called me to be. And I want you to prepare yourself to receive it. Receive it. Receive it. It's in the hit the atmosphere. Receive it. Receive it. This is yours. And I need some people that believe in God for something. I need some intercessors to start praying right now. Saturate this atmosphere. That's what he wants. Because some people need what you got in you to change for them. When you want something to happen in your life, you got to believe it and it's going to happen for somebody else. That's it. Saturate this atmosphere. When you start praying, you're bombarding the heavens and you're saying, God, move right now. Do it for right now. And when you start praying, you're telling God that, Lord, I need you to come into this room right now tonight. And when you do it for them, Lord, I know you're going to do it for me. If you can do it for them, Lord, I know you'll do it for me. I told you tonight there's miracles in this atmosphere. I told you tonight there's deliverance in this house. But I believe there's some chains about to be broken in this house tonight. I believe there's some things about to shift, that's about to change over your life. That after tonight that you walk in here one way, but you're going to leave in a different way. There's something that is about to change in this house tonight. We're getting ready to go to another level. I told you the increase that comes sacrifice. How bad do you want it tonight? How bad do you need it tonight? And if you need it bad enough, people coming to your life right now. He's on your life tonight. And God told me to tell you the things that you've been fighting and struggling with. This is your year for your breakthrough. You told God you were tired. As I looked at you tonight, God said that tell him that I've heard his cry. I've heard his cry. And now is his season. It's an hour for his release. As you start believing God for what you told him years ago, then God is about to start feeling it come upon your life. Receive it. Receive it. There it is. Receive it. God is about to do what he promised you. He's about to change some things in your life. As you told God that you were tired, God said that now is your hour to receive it. It's coming back. Somebody give God praise in this place. Get ready to receive it. Get ready to receive it. Get ready to receive it. The things are about to shift in your house. Lift your hand. Receive it. God is about to shift in your hand. God has said that if your hour is to receive it, lift your hand.